and welcome to Module 2, Branding. So for our Lesson 1, what is branding? Branding is creating a name, design, and image that identifies and distinguishes a product or service from others in the market. It is a way of creating an emotional connection with customers and building customer loyalty. A strong brand can help to establish a company's reputation, increase its value, and drive business growth. Some of the critical elements of branding include a company's name, logo, tagline, and design, as well as its tone of voice and messaging. You may also communicate brands through advertising campaigns, other marketing efforts, and the company's customer service and overall customer experience. Lesson 2. Importance of branding. Branding is vital for several reasons. First, it helps to establish the identity of a business or product and sets it apart from competitors. By creating a unique name, design, and image that identifies a business or product, branding helps to differentiate it from competitors in the market. This is important because it allows customers to quickly recognize and remember a particular brand and helps establish its reputation and position in the market. Number 2, it can create an emotional connection with customers, making them more likely to choose a particular product or service over others. By creating an emotional connection with customers, a strong brand can help to build customer loyalty and drive business growth. This is because people are often more likely to choose a product or service that they feel emotionally connected to rather than simply deciding based on price or functionality. For example, suppose a customer feels strongly connected to a particular brand because of its values, messaging, or overall look. Well, in that case, they may be more likely to choose that brand over others, even if it's more expensive or not the most feature-rich option. This emotional connection can also create a more positive overall experience for the customers, further strengthening their loyalty to the brand. Number 3, it can help to build customer loyalty, leading to repeat business and positive word-of-mouth advertising. By creating an emotional connection with customers and delivering a consistently positive experience, a strong brand can help to build customer loyalty and drive repeat business. When customers feel emotionally connected to a particular brand and have had a positive experience, they are more likely to continue doing business with it and recommend it to others. This is known as a positive word-of-mouth advertising, and it can be a powerful way for a business to attract new customers and drive growth. Additionally, loyal customers are often more valuable to a business than new customers, as they are more likely to make repeat purchases and to be less price sensitive. Number 4, it can increase the value of a business or product, making it more attractive to investors and potential buyers. This is because a strong brand can help establish a business reputation and credibility, which can make it more valuable in the eyes of potential investors or buyers. Additionally, a strong brand can help drive customer loyalty and business growth, increasing the overall value of the business or product. A business or product with a well-established, highly respected brand can be a valuable asset that can help drive the business's success and growth. Number 5, it can help create a consistent customer experience, which is essential for building trust and credibility. This is very important because customers are more likely to continue doing business and recommend a brand that they trust and that delivers a consistent, positive experience. A consistent customer experience can be created through various of means, including a consistent brand identity, messaging, tone of voice, and customer service and support. So by creating a consistent customer experience, a business can help build trust and credibility, which can help drive customer loyalty and business growth. Lesson 3. Determine the brand voice. The brand voice refers to the tone, style, and personality of a brand's communication. It is how a brand speaks to its audience. Determining the brand voice is an essential aspect of branding because it helps to create a consistent and cohesive identity for the brand and to establish an emotional connection with customers. There are a few factors to consider when determining the brand voice. First, the audience. It's essential to consider the audience the brand is targeting and choose a voice that will resonate with them. It's essential to consider the audience when determining the brand voice because the tone, style, and personality of the brand's communication should be appropriate for the audience. For example, suppose the brand is targeting a younger audience. Well, in that case, a more casual, laid-back brand voice may be, more effective. While if the brand is targeting a more formal, professional audience, a more sophisticated brand voice may be appropriate. By choosing a brand voice that resonates with the target audience, the brand can more effectively communicate its message and create an emotional connection with customers. Second, brand values. The brand voice needs to be aligned with its values and overall identity because it helps create a consistent and cohesive brand image. For example, if the brand values sustainability and environmental responsibility, the brand voice should reflect these values and convey a message of sustainability to customers. Similarly, if the brand has a fun, playful identity, the brand voice should be more lighthearted and playful. Third, tone. The tone of the brand's communication should be appropriate for the brand and its audience. For example, a luxury brand may have a more formal and sophisticated tone, while a casual, youth-oriented brand may have a more laid-back tone. The tone of a brand's communication is essential to how its audience perceives it. It can affect how people feel about the brand and whether or not they want to engage with it. A brand's tone should be consistent across all its communication channels, including its website, social media, email marketing, and other customer touchpoints. It is also important to consider the context in which the communication is taking place and to adjust the tone as needed. For example, a brand is addressing a customer service issue. Well, in that case, a more empathic and helpful tone may be appropriate, while a more excited and enthusiastic tone may be more effective if the brand promotes a new product. So that's all about tone. Last but not the least, personality. A brand's voice is the personality and character of the brand as it is expressed through its communication. It's what gives a brand its unique identity and sets it apart from its competitors. A strong brand voice helps to create that emotional connection with customers. There are many different ways to define a brand's voice, and some brands may be more formal and professional, while others may be more, casual and friendly. Some brands may be energetic and upbeat, while others may be more laid back and relaxed? Well, the key is to find a voice that is authentic and consistent with the brand's values and target audience. It's essential to develop a brand voice guide that clearly defines the characteristics of the brand's voice and provides examples of how it should be used in various situations. This helps ensure that the brand's voice is consistent across all of its communication channels and that it is being used in a way that is authentic and resonates with the target audience. By carefully considering these factors, a business can determine a compelling brand voice that helps to establish the brand's identity and create a consistent, cohesive experience for customers.
Lesson 4. Who is the target market? Knowing the target market is essential in branding because it helps ensure that the brand's message, tone, and overall strategy are aligned with the needs and preference of the people the brand is trying to reach. When a brand understands its target market, it can create messaging and marketing efforts tailored to that audience, making the brand more relevant and appealing to them. For example, if a brand targets young, tech-savvy consumers, it may want to use social media platforms and digital marketing channels to reach them. The brand's messaging and tone may also be more casual and energetic to appeal to this audience. On the other hand, if the brand is targeting a more mature and upscale audience, it may want to use more traditional marketing channels, such as print advertising and direct mail, and have a more sophisticated and formal tone in its messaging. Understanding the target market is essential for developing a successful branding strategy and ensuring the brand can connect with and engage its audience effectively. So, how can you do this? Conduct market research. This is always the first step. However, it goes beyond understanding your customers. You should also understand the platforms and their behaviors on those platforms. Learn about their problems and what solutions you can bring to them. Narrow down your target audience. For example, a marketing agency can target business owners who need help with their marketing. However, they have narrowed down the audience to solopreneurs running service-based businesses. Look at the current client base and determine why they use the product or services. Look for common interests and characteristics. Once you have that, you'll have your target audience. Always remember these questions. What is the why of starting this business? Who is my target audience? And what can I do to help my audience? Lesson 5. Creating a branding board. It's time to create a logo and branding board for your branding message. Some entrepreneurs need help conveying their branding message through visuals, but we're here to help. You can hire someone to do it for you or use a user-friendly tool like Canva to do it yourself, even if you are a beginner. Let's turn your branding message into a visual representation of your brand. First, creating a logo. To create an effective logo, avoiding the mistake of including too much information in the design is essential. Your logo may be as small as a coin, so it should be simple and easy to understand. Remember that a logo is meant to represent your brand, so it should be a visually striking and memorable representation of your message. A simple and effective option for a logo is to use just your business name. You can add your preferred colors to make it more visually appealing and representative of your brand. These colors could be your favorites or ones that have a specific meaning for your business. For example, McDonald's. Once you see the famous letter M, you know that it's from McDonald's. Similar to Apple's logo. You can immediately recognize those logos even as small as a coin. In addition, you have to choose what type of logo you want to represent your brand or business. There are tons of different logo types, and that will be for another topic. But to give you an idea, here are a few samples. Wordmark is a font based logo that focuses solely on a company's name. Example, Coca-Cola or Netflix. Emblems consist of letters inside an image or a symbol like crests, seals, and badges, like Starbucks or UPS. Lastly, pictorial is a logo that uses an icon to recognize the brand easier, just like Apple and Lacoste. Next one is creating a branding board. It can be helpful to experiment with different designs to find the best representation of your business through your logo. Once you have settled on a logo, it's time to prepare for your branding board. These involves noting down the hex codes for the colors and the fonts used in the logo to maintain consistency in your branding efforts. A strong branding board will ensure that your brand is represented consistently across your marketing channels. There are a few elements you'll need to identify before we can even begin designing your board: the brand's color palette, typography, logo variations, and photography. First, let's talk about how you can choose your brand's color palette. Picking a palette with many distinct colors reflects the brand's dynamic personality. But choosing only one or two, like a monochromatic palette, might represent simplicity and exclusivity. Here are a few tips to help you in choosing a color palette. Take inspiration from real-life scenes, keep an eye out for color norms in your industry, and save your favorite colors. Second is typography. Font styles can assist in expressing your brand's personality. As a designer, my role is to help our clients understand the importance of choosing the right font to help their brand's messaging and voice. First one is choose at least two styles. Whereas one works well for headlines and displays, the other is better suited for larger chunks of text. Take inspiration from other businesses' font pairings. I frequently pin interesting combos to my Pinterest typography board. Make sure the typefaces you choose are available for website use. Third one is logo variations. This helps you utilize your brand's logo, and here are a few things to remember. The primary logo functions effectively in large spaces. Two variations, a dark and a bright version. A simple sign that fits nicely in compact areas like your favicon, app icons, and etc. In case you need to place your brand over a busy backdrop, there is a watermark or badge version. Last is photography. It will occasionally be necessary to think like a photographer while creating a brand's visual identity. What settings and props complement the style and feel of your brand? The simplest approach to do this is to gather images that represent the aesthetic you are aiming for. As you combine several images, you'll begin to notice patterns and ideally be able to explain what makes each image unique from others. Now it's time for you to compile all the elements in one file. Why? Because unless you can constantly consult it while making creative decisions, making a well-defined brand style is useless. Even with the most eye-catching color, font, and pattern combinations, your brand may not be cohesive enough in the eyes of your target audience. I normally do this in Adobe Illustrator and export it as a PDF file for easy sharing with the clients. Although you can also do this with Canva, we have prepared a Canva template for you to use as a guide in creating a branding board for yourself or your clients. Here are the steps to use the template in Canva. First, click the link for the template. Second, to avoid modifying the original content, make sure to click Use Template. Once you have the copy, make the necessary changes. And lastly, save and download the file. That's the end of Module 2. In the next one, we will discuss how we can plan our social media content and what tools you will need. See you in Module 3!